guys, it's the 2nd of May. I'm just here to do a general reading, general energies that are abounding on the earth at this time. Just gonna have a look and see what we can find. Energies have been particularly interesting, especially on the weekend with the eclipse energies. Lots of Kundalini rising in a lot of people at the moment, and a lot of energetic changes. We have the 8 of water here, which is pretty much just a general feeling of waiting for our ships to come in. Not really sort of seeing anything manifesting in the outside realm, but I think it's because there's so much change that's going on within, and it hasn't manifested yet as outside change. But there is a new dawn on the horizon, as you can see here, the ship that's coming in, but also too with the light. If you have a look, the light coming in from the side there, and it is God's light coming through. It's a light from the heavens to say, I'm here and I'm here to support you in the changes that are taking place right now. The 2 of Earth, I think a lot of us in the material world and in the 3D world are just trying to balance the energies out at the moment. Because of the energetic changes within, it's quite tiring, and for a lot of us, there is a lot of illness around at the moment. For some of us, it's about clearing out the old and getting ready for the new energies that are coming in. And for some, it is about emotional change that is going on within. But because of it's a very grounded energy, the 2 of Earth, but it's also about balance. And it's also about grounding those physicalities in the physical universe that we occupy, and grounding that within our own physical bodies. What else can we find at the moment? The 9 of Air. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have the 9 of Air, the 7 of Fire, and the 6 of Fire. The 9 of Air is one where it's another one about balancing out the energies, but also too the energies that can sometimes overwhelm us. It's kind of like the truth of a situation that is also floating about in the air, but nothing is really grounded yet. But then we also have this one here, and which is the 7 of Fire, which is about taking that leap of faith. And I feel like at the moment, for a lot of us, we're being asked to let go of a lot of what we thought that may actually be occurring, and finding the truth within ourselves, but also too relying on a lot of something akin to faith, and finding that within ourselves, but also too in the world around us. And then we have this one here, which is the 6 of Fire, which also comes in with the 8 of Water as sort of like that's a card of abundance and waiting for our ships to come in. But this is a card of victory. And I feel like we're coming to a sense of realization within ourselves that victory for any sort of new possibilities or any sort of new energies that are coming through must come within, and it requires a leap of faith on our part to manifest these new possibilities that are coming in on the earth plane. So that's really interesting energy at the moment. It's like nothing's really grounded into this physical realm, and it hasn't really manifested physically within ourselves because we're clearing so much of that older energy from our systems, and sometimes it can manifest in the form of illness or a virus or anything like that. That will just be about removing these old toxic energies that have to give way for the newer, more grounded and pure energies that are trying to come through. There is also, and I'm also picking up just now, that there is a new financial system that is abounding on the earth. But what I'm also getting is that there are two earths. One is very 3D, one is something that is of a higher realm. And there is a new quantum financial system that is going to come in to support this new realm. And then there is another system that will support a 3D matrix realm. And it will depend on a lot of things and about how we actually see things and manifest them within our new and within our own structure and within our earth structure. It's an interesting dichotomy, really, because it's kind of like there are two energies side by side. One is of an old, outdated energy, and one is a new energy, and it will depend very, very strongly on how we perceive the changes that are afoot. Really interesting. So I don't know where that came from. That was just a one-off out of the blue. I'm getting something very strongly about a new financial system. The King of Air. It's time for truth. There's a lot of truth that's coming in. And of course, truth will start from within. And even though, see, we're being told so many lies, but also too, we've been very, very good at lying to ourselves about the truth of who we really are. And a lot of us rely very strongly on outside influences to support our perception of ourselves. However, the King of Air here is asking us to go within and find the truth within ourselves. And as we find the truth within ourselves, then we will also manifest the truth that is trying to communicate to us in the outer world. And the king is also an authoritarian, a sort of like an authority in a way, but they're asking, but also he's asking for the truth and you to be the authority of your own truth. And therefore, as it changes within yourself and in ourselves, we will be able to manifest and see that change in our outer world. So he is asking us to be our own authority and our own truth, and not to rely on anything outside of ourselves to tell us the truth, especially of who we are and what our desires may be. The Queen of Fire, amazing, beautiful. The Eight of Air, there is this little bit of sadness here. And the Eight of Air is also about feeling trapped. And sometimes I think as we're going through these changes, we can sometimes feel very trapped within our own sense of who we thought we were and that old perception of who we were. And so we become stagnant and sometimes quite stuck in those old energies. But this is saying that have sadness about that, but then it's time to recognize it and move on out of those energies. Because right here, and to become the Queen of Fire, which is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very attractive, very beautiful energy that wants us to find that light and that passion and that fire within ourselves so that we can then manifest union. And when I talk about union, I talk about union within ourselves so that we can, and union with others and unity with others. There's a great deal of, I've noticed just in the last week and actually even just in the last few months even, that there is a lot of disunity that is being perpetrated by a lot of energies and entities, and it's being fed by outside media and also social media as well. And I think what we have to remember is that all of us are on this journey. All of us are doing the best that we can right now. And I think this is calling for us to have compassion towards ourselves, compassion especially towards others who we're all going through so much change, and the earth is going through so much change that I think sometimes we can become quite, what's the word? Not patriarchal, it sounds like that, but I can't even think of the word. But we can become very judgmental about others, and this just puts us in the energy of separation, which right now, that is not where we need to be. It's something that is perpetrated by those who wish to remain in control of us and whatever else is going on the earth. But what we have to understand is that when this wedge of disunity and separation comes in, that is just more of the energies that we need to actually overcome, and to be able to see within ourselves where we are doing that and causing separation within ourselves, and also then projecting that onto others. So I feel at the moment that it's about creating unity, and taking a leap of faith to also change your whole entire life, to have a look within your own self and find union within. And as you do this and have compassion for that person that is trying to unite within your own structure, you'll then be able to project that out onto others. So if we can, it would be, I think, very beneficial for all of us to ignore any type of propaganda that may cause separation and disunity, and recognize that where are we doing that within our own selves, and if we are seeing that in our outer world, how are we projecting that onto our outer world, and how we can change it from within by having compassion for ourselves and others. Okay, so that's the general energies for this week. So take care, and I'll see you next week.